Don't get me wrong. She got bars. She got lyricism. She got melodies. She got harmonies. The production is there. But the hype, the push that project had, that mixtape had, just wasn't there for me.
I do it for the love first, peep the intentions, man. I spit game, but you never learn no lessons, man.
Is Doechii an industry plant? I don't think so. It was a lot of Twitter rumblings over this past couple of weekends because obviously the Grammy nominations has been announced for the Grammy. It's going to be in January, right? Usually in the first couple of weeks of January is the Grammys nomination. Of course, the cycle always continues with how many rap albums, how many hip hop albums going to be, and who's going to be the new artist, and yada yada yada. All the nominations obviously all come out, people all their speculations. And then Doechii, the artist, has been blown up the last, I say, few months now since her mixtape came out. Back in, what was that, in August? I think it was September, August when the album came out. I've been like a month behind, damn near pretty much all the last like 6 months or so. I've been a month behind. Finally, I'm like a week and a half behind because a whole bunch of albums came out the last 2 weeks. I'm still catching up on those projects. But Doechii was one of the albums that I listened to after just hip hop Twitter going crazy over the album once it came, not the album, the mixtape that came out. And of course, hip hop Twitter comes. I'm like, okay, let me tap in. But I was a month behind, so I had a couple weeks to let the whole thing digest, let the whole hype disperse, so I could have the whole time to me, which is always like a good and a bad thing that I'm behind on music, because it allows things to just digest and everything fall off, and then all the hype dissipate, and I can actually take it in for what it is. But Doechii is one of those artists, one of those projects they released this year, where it was like so much hype building up around it. I was like, okay, all this hype going down. Once hip hop Twitter gets buzzing, hip hop Twitter is going crazy over a project. Well, okay, I definitely got to tap in. And I finally tapped in. And I was like, let me show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all real quick. I gotta show y'all real quick. This is what I tweeted out. Finally got around to listening to Doechii's new project, Alligator Bites Never Heal. And hip hop Twitter overhyped this project like a motherfucker. Now, yeah, just the tweet alone says so much. And then I guess I can go back to the tweet because I had a couple added notes to the end there. I stated, don't get me wrong, she raps her ass off, has storytelling, melodies, harmonies, singing voice, and decent production. But nothing excited me to the point at which the amount of conversations and push that surrounded this album, which is actually a mixtape, whatever the case may be, interchangeable words at this point. I'm not one to be negative and shit on the album, mixtape, but to see the amount of push this project has to be insane to look back on. And then I go on to what are some of my favorite tracks, etc., etc. Now, once again, in the tweet that I said she has the storytelling, the melodies, the harmonies, the rapping, the lyrical, the spiritual, miracle whip, decent production, all the above. I just don't think it had the amount of push that the project had, the amount of surrounding and et cetera, that had so much on the project. I just didn't see what the hype was about. Don't get me wrong. Once again, don't get me wrong. She got bars. She got lyricism. She got melodies. She got harmonies. The production is there. But the hype, the push that project had, that mixtape had, just wasn't there for me. And just to see all like the Grammy nominations that she got. So Grammy, she got Best Rap Album, Best Rap Performance, and Best New Artist. Those are the three Grammy nominations that she received just after the release of the mixtape that she released a couple of weeks ago. Someone plead TDE industry plant. Once again, I don't think she's an industry plant. I don't think she's an industry plant. But I can understand why people think it's suspect. I can definitely see how people think it's suspect. I just don't see the hype that the project had, the push there. People always say, obviously, the hip hop Twitter accounts. Obviously, they get paid every now and again to push things, whether it's a mainstream artist or a more B-tier artist, so to speak. And then obviously the more underground artists, people that never know us, like, yeah, you definitely got paid for that one. We're gonna carry on until your next tweet, your next regular standard tweet. So they definitely can see how people think that she's an industry plant. But I just don't see it because she has ground roots. She's signed to TDE. Obviously, we all know what was TDE has been released a lot of projects. We got Absol album that came out this past week. SZA released album. Like, they released more albums now. Obviously, the running joke was that TDE artists never release projects, but they've released projects in the last like 2-3 years now. So they've been on an excellent run. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar just left TDE, but Kendrick Lamar actually co-signed Doechii as well. But it's just like, I don't think she's an industry plant because she got the backing of TDE isn't like a major record label. Obviously, TDE is under a major record label in terms of the sequence of hierarchy. But I don't think she is an industry plant, so to speak. She had a small backing. She had like a small come up. It's not like it's someone that just popped up out of nowhere. It wasn't like just like an Instagram reel or a TikTok song that just absolutely blew up out of nowhere. She definitely had a slow progression. And I think the mixtape did like 11K first week sales. So it wasn't like boosted. Shout out to Russ. It wasn't like push numbers out there. It wasn't like overinflated numbers. It was nothing too crazy. It's just I think she definitely had a small rise and small backing, which is the point where it wasn't like a so to speak cut and dry industry plant. That's just my perspective on things. But I definitely truly agree that the hype is definitely not real. I might be considered a hater, getting flack for this. Who knows? Means we're seeing this video might only get like 100 views. I don't really give a fuck. Nevertheless, I just don't think she's an industry plant. Once again, she got the melodies, she got the bars, she got the lyricism, she got the production. I just truly don't see what the hype was all about. Especially, you know, what did they say? Expectations are the thief of joy. I came into some good. It wasn't the greatest of expectations. It wasn't like all the way up here, but like all the hype I seen on the hip hop Twitter. Okay, that's probably gonna be going crazy. And I'm just listening to it. I'm just like, okay, yeah. Where's the hype? Why are people so excited? There's nothing too crazy to go hype over. I just didn't truly just see what the hype was all about. And maybe she'll grow on me. Maybe the next project, the next album, whatever the case may be, more songs that she gets. Maybe we'll see more of a rise and start to understand her music. Maybe she gets on the upper echelon of some of my favorite artists, etc., etc. But I just don't see the hype so far. She got a plethora of features as of late. Obviously, that helps or doesn't help the case of being an industry plant. She was featured on Tyler the Creator's album, Chromokia. That was released last couple of weeks ago. Yeah, last Monday. She was also featured on Absol's album that came out this past week. So yeah, she's been featured on a variety of artist projects in the last couple of weeks, so that can kind of help or not help the case of being called an industry plant. But yeah, I just truly don't see what the hype is all about. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just trying to state my opinion and my perspective on things, because I listened to the album like a month or so later than after it came out, and just trying to digest it and just trying to see the different perspectives on things and see like why people were so hyped and excited for it. And then seeing the Grammy nominations coming out and see that she got nominated for 3 different categories, and then seeing the whole discussion industry plan, I can kind of see the perspective on why they consider it industry plan, because like the hype, it's like, where did this hype come from? Where did people get paid? Because where did this hype come from? But I don't think she's an industry plan. I think she had a like I said many times, a slow backing, a slow come up where it's just not popping up out of nowhere. Because we already know, last like 4 or 5 years or so, IG reels, TikTok songs can blow up out of nowhere. It can quickly be called an industry plant, but I don't think she's definitely not one of those. She definitely had a solid comeback where she can avoid the conversation. But it's definitely interesting to see hip hop Twitter, people are just discussing on the perspective on things and what's considered industry plant, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, definitely leave your comments down below. Do you think Doechii is an industry plant? Do you think she deserved the nomination that she got? What do you think about her mixtape? What do you think about her future as an artist, a career? Like I said many times, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just trying to add a little discussion and perspective on things and see where everyone else is, because I was just looking at everything from this past entire weekend or so. And yeah, I'm excited. I want her to be successful. I want artists to be successful out here. But just like as of right now, I truly don't see the hype in Doechii. I truly don't see the hype just yet. But maybe after some time, the hype can grow on me. So if you like videos, here's a video. I got more content like this always coming soon. So please subscribe. I mean, the amount of times I try to solidify. I'm not trying to be a hater. I just don't see the hype just yet. Try to solidify that so much. That sound like a broken record. Sound like I was beating a dead horse trying to get that across. But till the next video, like some live stream, whatever case may be, whatever comes first. I'll see you then. Peace.